Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sprite's World. Today, we are going to compare the two Lunchables and Lunchly. Lunchly and Lunchables. Lunchly, as everyone knows, has been created by both KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is the one who primarily brought Lunchly, but they used KSI and Logan Paul to bring up the drinking association, which is not a bad idea, actually. It's pretty genius, if you ask me. You got three big names colliding together, and they're going to make a competition meal, a little competitive meal box to go against Lunchables, which has not been done in a long time. There's another brand out there, I forgot what it's called, that's up against Lunchables, but Lunchables has been supreme. Lunchables has been on top, on par. It's been everywhere. Almost every Walmart you go to, over any grocery store that you can think of, you will most likely find a thing of Lunchables. So today, earlier today, I went to Target, and this is where they currently sell these Lunchlies. Is at Target, at least that I'm aware of. Target has three varieties of Lunchlies. We have the turkey, cheddar, cheese, and crackers. We have the pizza, the old pizza, that you have to make yourself. And we also got Fiesta Nachos. So the thing about these is that these are pretty regular, common Lunchable products. And I did buy its competitive boxes here. You know, turkey, cheese, and crackers. The pizza with pepperoni. And of course, nachos with cheese dip and salsa. So we're going to taste everything all together. But first we're going to compare the two, right? We're going to grab two of the same boxes here, and we're going to open them up, and we're going to taste everything that is inside both boxes here. Now, one thing that needs to be said is that Lunchly here was $3.99 before tax. And then Lunchables here was $2.99 before tax. But do you get more out of Lunchly? Lunchly is, in comparison, a bigger box, it looks like. You can see the width of it if you're watching by video. You can see the width and how much bigger it is. And Lunchly, I mean, it seems that they have more. Let's see. It says the box is 12 ounces, while this box, oh no, net worth 4.7 ounce and 6.0 ounce. Net worth 4.8 ounce and 12 ounces. So it seems like you get more out of this. And the prime bottles seem to be heftier than a Capri Sun, which may make more of the weight in this thing. Here we're going to compare the nachos first. With Lunchly, you get your real cheese and salsa. It claims real. And you get a Feastable chocolate bar. And you get a prime strawberry banana, which happens to be my favorite prime drink, by the way. Strawberry banana. I love strawberry flavored anything. Well, most of the time anyways, as long as you don't screw it up. Strawberry banana prime is just one of those ones that are like really out there. Now, this says it has 9 grams of protein. While this says, does it have any protein? I want to know. And this has 7 grams of protein. Okay. And this says serving size is 1 package, so everything together mix. Everything here is 450 calories, and everything in this big box is 360 calories. So there's quite a difference in calories here by almost 100. Let's look at the total sugars here. Total sugar on the Lunchly is 10 grams, which includes 6 grams of added sugar, so it's 12% it claims. While Lunchable over here, the total sugar is 22 grams, which includes 15 grams of added sugar, so this is 30% of your daily intake value. So, in regards to comparison to the both, it seems like Lunchly is the healthier alternative. Sodium in Lunchly is 740 milligrams, which is 32%, while sodium on here is 760 milligrams on Lunchables, 33%. So, we are really having a major difference here. Cholesterol on Lunchly is 15 milligrams, which is 5%. Not too terrible. While Lunchables, cholesterol is 10 milligrams, 4%. And then lastly, total fat. Total fat on Lunchly is 17 grams, which is 22% of your daily intake, while Lunchables total fat is 21 grams, 27%. So, in comparison to what would probably be healthier for your child, it seems like Lunchly is taking the lead. But we're going to see if these ingredients make any difference. We're going to see if these nutritional facts make any difference whatsoever. It also claims that this has 0% juice, while Lunchables here has 15% fruit juice. I take it that's all from the drinks here. Anyways, we're going to open these both at the same time. We're going to review the substance that are inside. All right. It says, leave no crumbs on the box of Lunchly. You're going to find your candy bar inside the box, inside the nacho tray. And of course, your little Prime ball. Now, Prime typically has 10% coconut juice. Does this have 10% coconut juice? No, it just says 0% juice. So this is a slightly altered Prime. It says 5 calories on here, and no total sugars. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for a drink, I guess. I don't know why it doesn't have coconut water. I guess some kids can't have coconut water. I'm not too sure on that part. Because when you buy a regular thing of Prime bottle, it typically says it has 10%. So it should be interesting. Maybe I should buy some Lunchlys and compare the Prime bottles with a normal one and a Lunchly one. Alright, so we're opening a Lunchable one, and of course you get your candy inside. The candy on here, on Lunchables, the Kit Kat is on top. Now, you can't go wrong with a Kit Kat. Nothing wrong with a regular bar of chocolate, but you got a Kit Kat on top of here. Kit Kats is one of the goats. And of course you have your Capri Sun. This is Fruit Punch. Just Fruit Punch. There's no nutritional facts on it. Everything that you want to know about it's on the box. But you get your Fruit Punch Capri Sun. So there's not too much of a difference in sizes between the two here. The tray in Lunchly seems to be slightly bigger, but when I'm looking at the back here, I don't think it makes too much of a huge difference. Yeah, so we're going to open these two up. It should be interesting. So it claims that there's real cheese and more real ingredients to Lunchly, which, there we go. I can understand. There's been a lot of people who've been posting about the cheese in Lunchly. This is one of the more controversial takes on Lunchly, that the cheese in the product gets moldy. Now, most real cheeses do expire, and most real cheeses, if they mold, that means it's real. If they don't mold, you might be in trouble. Granted, that's not the case for most cheeses, but there's a lot of artificial cheeses, like just a plain slice of American cheese manufactured by the cheapest of cheaps, like Dollar Tree cheese. That's not gonna mold. That's not gonna build up weird stuff. So there's not too much difference in regards to the chips itself. We're gonna grab them. So this one right here is the Lunchly. This one right here is the Lunchable. In comparison, it looks like Lunchable might be the bigger rounded chip. Let's see if I can find a bigger chip here. Nope. It looks like Lunchable has the bigger rounded chips, which is fine. Now we're going to dip both in the cheese first, because I'm a sucker for cheese, and the cheese in Lunchable is definitely more yellow than the cheese in Lunchly. The Lunchly and cheese it looks like queso. And we're going to see which cheese is just the better tasting cheese in general. What do I prefer? So let's go with Lunchable. Classic. It's got that nacho cheese flavor to it, which is very artificial. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with a classic nacho cheese dip. That is the goat cheese. And then let's go with this queso one. And queso's pretty good too. So now it just determines on what you like more. Do you like more of a nacho cheese? Or do you like a jar of queso dip? Have you ever gone to the grocery store and bought yourself a jar of queso dip? Because the queso dip is lighter and it tastes more, how do I describe it? It's lighter and it's a little sweeter than the nacho cheese dip in the Lunchables. The queso seems to have less of a bite in the back of your tongue in comparison to the nacho cheese. The nacho cheese has a bite. What I would be more appealed as if I were a kid would probably be the Lunchables and the cheese. Not saying it's a bad thing for Lunchly. Lunchly, I think, they make a good cheese dip, but I don't know if that's like the best cheese dip, though, that they can make. All right, so we're going to move on to salsa, all right? We're going to, this time, try the Lunchly salsa. And then we're going to try the Lunchable salsa. So the first thing I've noticed in the two sauces, you probably can't see it on here, is that the Lunchly one seems to have more of a tomatoey paste, more bits to it than the Lunchable. The Lunchable is more of a smooth consistency. So we're gonna try the Lunchly first. Sweet. It's definitely sweet. I don't know if they put sugar in that or not, like a good amount of sugar. And then we go back to Lunchable after trying that, and the Lunchable just seems to have more of a salted taste to it. So, in comparison to the salsa, I think I like the Lunchable more too. The Lunchable seems to be more traditional, right? It's got classic yellow cheese and that red dip. While Lunchly here, it's not bad. It's not terrible. I'm going to try more of it. We're going to try more of the nacho cheese, or whatever you want to call it, queso dip. It's not as flavorful as I like it to be. It's not bad. And then the salsa. And the more I eat the salsa, it's definitely tomatoey. It's definitely tomato, more pasty, which I guess is more organic and natural. Well, I can't say organic. Neither of these two are organic at all by any means of the word organic. What am I talking about? But in regards to what's a little more real, I think you're looking at Lunchly. So if you're looking for a healthy alternative to Lunchables, I think you definitely should be looking at Lunchly. It is definitely like tomato paste. It doesn't taste like tomato paste, but it tastes a little more seasoned than that. But it's more pasty than the Lunchable here. The Lunchable is smooth. It's liquidy, and I know it has more flavor to it. The more I eat it, the more I just feel like I have more flavor to a Lunchable. All right, so who wins this round? I think Lunchable probably does, but let's taste the Capri Sun. You know, after you're eating a bunch of salted chips and salted signature sides, you're probably getting thirsty. You're probably going to want to drink. If I can get the straw, normally I can get the straw. For whatever reason, it's stuck on here. Please don't judge me. I'm better than this. I'm better than this straw. I'm not going to let the straw kick me down while I'm already down. All right. Fruit punch. Get in there. So you have to work with the straw, and you have to stick it in there like you always normally have to do with the Capri Sun. That's not bad. Classic Capri Sun taste. Not my recommended flavor. I grew up on Capri Suns a lot, though. Not bad. I like it, though. It's just, I think I would prefer the other flavors of Capri Sun. I like the Pacific one. All right. And then we're going to try Prime Strawberry Banana. And it does have a better taste to it. I think if you're looking for a drink that has a lot of taste to it, and this has more bang for your buck in regards to drinking. The two, like, this comes in a pouch. This is a bottle. Like, you can eat your Lunchly, and you could drink like half of your Prime bottle, and then you can just drink the rest throughout school until like school session is over. Like, you still can save your Prime bottle. You can close it. You can save it for later. When you're drinking this Capri Sun, when you open it, you kind of have to drink it right then and there. You can't just take this around. People will judge you. And I think Prime bottle is more regular to carry along anyways. So in regards to drinks, Prime. In regards to nachos, I like Lunchable. I like the taste of it more. Nothing bad with Lunchly. It's not bad. So keep that in mind. Don't let me deter you from not wanting to buy it. But if you're looking just for something organic, get yourself a Lunchly. If you're looking for something more, tasty, get yourself a Lunchable. Oh, we forgot to compare the chocolates. Feastables and Kit Kat. Oh man, how could I forget? So you got your classic Kit Kat. I grew up on these two. I believe you're a Hershey candy. It looks good. Got that wafer in it. It's covered in chocolate. How could you hate a Kit Kat? And then here, it's just a little block of chocolate with the Feastable. So we're going to eat half of it. And it's just a standard chocolate, milk chocolate. It's good. Though I think I like the Kit Kat better. Nothing wrong with this. But that Kit Kat is definitely more. It's bigger, the Kit Kat, than the Feastable too. Yeah. I think I like the Kit Kat more than the Feastable right now. So, who won that round? I think Lunchables did. Not that I'm against the organic, but I'm looking for taste. I'm looking for something that is better than the other product. Not just like health-wise, but like if I were to be blindfolded and I had to choose what food I would want to eat more without knowing the ingredients and stuff like that, probably be Lunchables. All right, so we're going to move on to cheese and crackers bit. We're going to save pizza for last because pizza is the fun part. Now, both of these have turkey. Lunchly says cheddar cheese, while Lunchables says turkey and American cracker stackers. So is that American sliced cheese? I would assume so. It doesn't say exactly what kind of cheese. Ooh, this one has the Pacific Cooler Capri Sun, though. I'm excited for that. While this one actually has the Ice Pop. Lunchly has the Ice Pop Prime. Lunchables comes to the Reese's candy. And that's what I like about Lunchables is that they separate the candies. While here in Lunchly, it's all just Mr. Beast. They don't, I guess they don't separate their flavors. Like, I know Mr. Beast has different flavored chocolates. I guess they just don't, throw them around. And, so this says it has 11 grams of protein on the Lunchly, while Lunchables has 11 grams of protein as well. Look at that. Here in Lunchly, we have 230 calories. Lunchables has 310. Not too bad, not too horrendous. I want to see the sodium. So sodium on Lunchables is 570 milligrams, which is 25% of your daily intake, while Lunchly has 480 milligrams, which is 21%. Total sugars in Lunchables is 21 grams, with an added 17 grams of sugar, 34% of your intake, while Lunchly here has a total of 7 grams of sugar, which includes 6 grams of added sugar. This Lunchly says 12%. So you're definitely eating a little more healthier with Lunchly in regards to if you're watching your nutritional intake. If you like have one of those apps where you gotta like put in your nutritional information, we're gonna rip these bad boys apart and we're gonna compare the two. Oh no! So as I open my Lunchly, the first thing I noticed is that the crackers is a little broken. There's like a couple pieces of crackers in here that are broken. No expired cheese from what I can tell, but the cheese is messed up in there. Like it's just kind of all over the place. I got a couple of cheese that's just sticking on the package upside down. That's always lovely. And then of course you have your Ice Pop Prime with 0% juice in it. Again, typically has coconut juice, not in this one. Alright, so we're gonna put that to the side and we're gonna rip open Lunchables. Emma. Do we have busted crackers? Nope. So here's the thing about the packaging here is that it feels like it's more organized in the Lunchables, and they don't have, well, I guess it doesn't matter. The cover for Lunchly has a plastic wrap on top of the tray, but you can still see it from the back, right? And so while everything is nice and organized in the Lunchables, like they have it where nothing can move around. Here in Lunchly, the crackers is moving around, so that's probably why it's destroyed. The cheese is all over the place and sticking everywhere. The meat is just what the meat is going to be, just meat. So in regards to organization, Lunchables has it going on where it makes sure your crackers aren't like all over the place and not destroying each other. So that's a point for Lunchables right there automatically. And they even separated the Reese's from all the other stuff in the Lunchables, while here in Lunchly they put the candy with the crackers, which I probably don't recommend either, because you don't want something with the crackers to break it more, because let's be honest, not every stock person at the Target or wherever is gonna neatly, like, you can't promise that they're not gonna throw boxes around. I know what it's like. People do throw the cases around, so I'm not surprised by any of that. And of course, here in Lunchables, you got your Pacific Cooler Capri Sun, so I'm excited for that. Alright, so let's go ahead and rip open these two. We're going to find a perfect cracker. Lunchly, it says it expires in June, which is about a month from now. Not even a month. Half a month, because the recording date of this is May 18th. So these do expire. I don't know if it's because no one's buying it. I'm sure people are buying it. While Lunchables here, I am not seeing an expiration date on the package. It's probably on the box, but I threw the box on the ground, so I'm not even going to bother. Again, as I'm ripping open these packages, just Lunchables is neater, and Lunchly needs to work on that. So we're going to grab one good cracker from Lunchly, one good cracker from Lunchable. And what's the difference? Not too much. It looks like Lunchly has holes through the crackers that you can actually see through, while Lunchables, they do have holes, but it's not like completed. You can't see through the holes or anything like that. It's just, I guess someone, I don't know how the factory works. We're going to taste the two crackers alone by itself. I want to see if there's any difference. So we're going to grab two other crackers. Lunchable, classic cracker, nothing too extreme. Lunchly, I don't know how to put this, but the Lunchly one is a little more stale. Not bad. While Lunchable tastes like a Ritz cracker. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference when you're putting ingredients on it. But it's not bad on Lunchly. I think I preferred the Lunchable crackers more though. Okay, so I'm glad we did that. Let's try the two separate hams. Same ham, same turkey ham. You can tell that the Lunchable ones is definitely more processed, while and the Lunchable feels a little more slimy, while the Lunchly one is more. It doesn't feel like it's been manufactured as hard as Lunchable. The Lunchable one is more cut. You can see, and it feels more thick. It doesn't feel as fake. Like, I don't know. This right here is the Lunchable, and it just feels a little more floppy. While the Lunchly here, it feels more like you actually went to the deli counter and you wanted a slice of turkey ham. It feels like Lunchly here has more of a real turkey to it. So we're gonna try the Lunchly. Classic. It's juicy, a little salty. It's good. Lunchable. Oh yeah, huge difference in the meat immediately. This is more like gelatin, the Lunchable. Lunchly, their turkey, so much better. I don't even want to taste the Lunchable one anymore after eating the more real turkey from Lunchly. I'm not even kidding you when I say that. Like, I don't know what happened in Lunchable area. Lunchable just has this weird little meat thing going on here, just slimy and weird. While Lunchable here, it's definitely more of a real consistency right here. It tastes like you actually got it from a deli counter. Yeah, I can't go back to Lunchable with the turkey now. Huge difference. I think that's what's gonna really make Lunchly better in this one. Because I wouldn't have expected it, but you got to try it yourself. Get yourself a Lunchly and Lunchable. You taste the two meats, you'll understand what I'm talking about. No comparison. I think Lunchly is definitely better with the turkey ham. All right. Like, it does. The crackers are very minute. It doesn't matter, but the meat, huge difference. Huge difference. All right, we're gonna try the cheese. So the cheese definitely seems more processed in the Lunchable, while the cheese in the Lunchly seems it is processed, but not as processed. Like, these cheeses right here are just all sticking together. You can't separate them or anything. In a Lunchly, you can easily split the cheeses and stuff like that. So, and here's the two comparisons between cheese, right? This is Lunchable right here. This is definitely American cheese classic that you put on grilled cheese. While here, it definitely, in Lunchly area, it seems to be more textured to be like real cheese, like an actual slice of cheddar cheese. Let's taste the difference. Yep. And it tastes like just regular cheddar. And most people who know fake American cheese, it would probably taste like this Lunchable right here. Yep. Cheese is cheese at the end of the day. But I think I prefer the Lunchly as well with the cheese. If you're looking for more of a real cheese, something not as fake, Lunchly. It's just a shame because Lunchly needs to just work on their packaging more. They need to make sure the crackers and candy is separate, so that way I'm not dealing with the situation of, look at these crackers all messed up, because people will eat crackers with all the other stuff that you give them. All right, so we're gonna put the ham and cheddar on the Lunchly together. Look at that, cheese on top and everything. Lunchly bite with everything together. Oh, it's good. I like it. Everything comes together the way it should be. And then here, I don't really want to try this Lunchable meat after comparing the two. And you can feel how wet it is too. You can. I'm gonna do it for you guys though. Put the fake cheese and the fake meat on top of each other. I'm sure it's real turkey, but like, I don't know. There's something wrong with the turkey that's going on here in the Lunchable area. The cracker is probably gonna be good, so this is probably gonna save it. Everything together is okay. I can't get past that meat though. The cracker and the cheese definitely helps cover the meat, but after eating the two, it's definitely more gimier. I don't know. So, in regards to cheese, crackers, and meat, Lunchable is doing so much better. We're gonna try the candies now. It's a Reese's here in Lunchable. You can't go wrong with Reese's. Chocolate peanut butter. Chocolate peanut butter is a classic. I know a lot of freaky dinks out there that like this stuff. I'm not hardcore into it, but I'll eat it. It's definitely good though. Classic Reese's taste, nothing altered, nothing different. Does it beat Mr. Feast's chocolate though? Let's see. And the thing about Mr. Feast is that it is like a thick little thing of chocolate. Now, after eating the two, I think I prefer just the regular classic chocolate bar, Mr. Feast. I think I prefer just eating something more classic after eating those two salty things, because here's the thing. When you're buying crackers, cheese, and ham, right? Those two or three are salty. You put them together, you're gonna want to drink, and you're gonna want something sweet. Reese's has peanut butter, which is like a salty little thing with chocolate over it, right? While here, you just have regular chocolate, and I think just straight up chocolate works so much better because it cleanses the salt, right? That's what I'm looking at. Nothing wrong with Reese's. Reese's would probably do well in another box. I just don't think I would have put Reese's in here. I probably would have put the Kit Kat or just even a regular Hershey bar with the classic, American cheese, ham, and crackers. So now we're going to try on to the drinks. I don't think I need to try them, but I'm going to try them. Again, you got a prime bottle. It's a good size. Prime with Lunchable, ice pop flavor. I like it. It tastes like one of those smart candies, one of those like dry hard candies, Smarties. It tastes like Smarties crushed up into a drink, and it's good for you too. I like it. Pacific Cooler, my favorite. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. Pacific Cooler, I don't know exactly what that is, but it's got a combination of fruit on here. So I assume it's just, I don't know, not as hard as a fruit punch. Okay, so hands down, I'm voting Lunchable on this one. So we got 1-1 going on. We got 1 point for Lunchables with the nachos. We got 1 point for Lunchable with the crackers, ham, and cheese. So it all boils down to pizza. You can't screw up pizza. If you screw up pizza, you're lost. And that's the thing about Lunchable is that I don't know if they're going to screw it up or not. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to clear some space here because I just have boxes and Lunchables and Lunchables everywhere. Alright, last two boxes here. Whoever wins this round just takes it all, I guess. Oh, wow. Okay, so nutritional facts on both of these, right? Lunchable, 360 calories. Lunchable, 390 calories. So at this point, what does it matter? At this point, what does it matter at all? Lunchable has 12 grams of protein, 21% of your daily intake. Lunchables has 13 grams of protein, 23%. Okay, so we're making a little bit of a difference here. Lunchable has a total fat of 15 grams, which is 19% of your daily value, while Lunchables has a total fat of 18 grams, which is 23%. So a little more fat to Lunchables, but that's all right. Cholesterol in Lunchables is 35 milligrams, which is 12%, while Lunchable here has a 7% of cholesterol, 20 milligrams. Sodium. Lunchables has 690 milligrams of sodium, 30%, while Lunchly has 710 milligrams, which is 31%. So in regards to these two, honestly, these two are almost neck and neck. That's kind of shocking. Total sugars in Lunchable is 20 grams, with includes 16 grams of added sugar. So Lunchables is 31% of your sugar, while Lunchly here's what makes a difference. Lunchly has a total of 12 grams of sugar with 7 grams of added sugars. Lunchly claims it's 14%. So we got half the sugar in one box, half the sugar in Lunchly, while Lunchables is just going right at it. And I don't know if it's the chocolate. I don't know if it's what they have in the pizza. We're going to find out the hard way when we rip these two open. Lunchables has 15% juice, while Lunchly still has 0. Lunchly comes with a cherry freeze prime. I think I've only tried that once or twice. While we are going back to the classic Capri Sun Fruit Punch here in Lunchables. Lunchables has Crunch, the chocolate bar. I love Crunch, by the way, favorite candy growing up. While here in Lunchland, we have Feastable Chocolate. And here it continues to claim here in Lunchly it has real cheese, while here in Lunchable Land it does not claim to have real cheese plastered on the box. But we're going to rip these two open. We're going to see what's going on here. We're going to start with the Lunchables. I should probably move all this away, right? Move this off my desk. All the nachos and stuff like that. Again, 1-1. 1 nachos for Lunchables. 1 cheese, crackers, and ham for Lunchly. This is where it all boils down to, right? Here in Lunchable Land, Capri Sun, everything in this container is organized the way it should be. The chocolate here is not separated from the pizza crust, but that's fine. They still had a little spot for the chocolate bar to sit at. So we're going to see if Lunchly still has the problem here where things are just kind of everywhere. Because that still deters, I still take in consideration when you're buying stuff here. Again, bigger box, bigger products. Look at this nice little Prime bottle, though. Can't go wrong with Prime. Here in Lunchly Land, everything is organized, almost like how it is here in Lunchable Land. There we go. Switch that around. So here in Lunchable Land, everything's separated. Here in Lunchly Land, the chocolate bar does not have its own little spot next to the pizza crust, but that's okay because it's not making a huge difference. They put the sauce and the candy underneath the pizza crust, which is fine because it's not going to do anything. So packaging here, it's okay. We're not judging it. It didn't destroy anything. And it's the cheese here that people have been making a comment in regards to the Lunchly that expires. But wouldn't that be a good thing? I don't know. That's just my opinion. All right, we're gonna rip these two bad boys open. And we're going to taste both ingredients separately, and then we're going to try it all together, just like how we did with the crackers and cheese and ham. Even though it got a little stuffy nose, you can still smell it, which is fine. I'm going to open this bad boy. So the first thing that I have noticed as I'm opening these two is that there is more cheese in the Lunchly than there is in the Lunchables. Here in the Lunchable Land, you got this little nook, while here in Lunchly, you could see the difference. Here you have more cheese. So you get a little more. That's fine. We're going to try the cheeses first. All right. Both feel the same. This is Lunchly. It's just straight up mozzarella cheese. That's fine. Here's Lunchables. I'm not tasting too much of a difference between cheeses, though. I think I will really try them. Is there any color difference to it? I'm trying to get a good chunk of pieces here. I'm not seeing two different shades or textures here. I think cheese is just cheese here. Alright, we're going to try the Lunchly first. And then Lunchable. I think Lunchable Oh yeah. Okay. So I can notice a little more difference the more I'm comparing the two. It seems like Lunchable has more of the mozzarella taste to it. It seems like Lunchly is a little more bland. That's fine. Again, it's very hard to tell the difference between two cheeses, though. It evens out very well. So now we're moving on to pepperoni land. Here, again, with the situation with the Lunchable here, it's slimy. It's definitely a little floppy. While here in Lunchly land, it's more straight, more stern. Definitely feels like it's more natural and preserved to be that way. But pepperoni is pepperoni. We're going to try the Lunchable one first. Definitely a little greasy. It's good though. It's got that little kick like every pepperoni should. And then we're going to try the Lunchly. Oh, no. Ugh. I gotta get a tissue because my nose is running. I don't know why. Okay, so there's definitely a texture difference between the two. It's not as greasy. And we're going back to, this kind of tastes a little more real. It has a kick to it as well. It's hard to screw up a pepperoni. If you screw up a pepperoni, give up. Okay, so both have flavors. The Lunchly I like better because it doesn't have grease on it. Not that grease is bad or anything, but when I'm chewing on it, my mouth is not fulfilling itself with grease. And then this is going to be a little odd, a little weird. We're going to try the two pizza crusts separately. So here we have Lunchable, here we have Lunchly. Lunchable? Sweet. Not like sweet, but it's not bland. But when you bite into this, it's a little sweet. I like it. I don't know how they make it, but I could eat this by itself. It's not bad. Alright, now I'll try it for Lunchly. Both have the same texture. It's not sweet. It's not salty. I think if I had to choose between two pizza crusts, Lunchable. Lunchable has a little bit more flavor to it in their little crust. While Lunchly here is a little more bland. Ain't that interesting? Does it make a difference when you're putting the pizza together, though? I don't think it does. I could be wrong. But yeah. Lunchly, it's definitely more bland. While this one right here, Lunchable, you can probably snack on. Honestly. I like to eat bread sometimes. So, two differences here. Put those two aside. Now, it's time for the sauce, the marinara sauce. I should probably separate the candies out of there too. There we go. Alright, so right here is Lunchly. Lunchly comes in this like ketchup packet, sort of. While Lunchable comes in with this little slightly bigger packet. But it seems like it almost has the same amount of sauce, but in different packages. That's fine. Don't let the illusion of this being like wider. Don't let the illusion of that tell you it's more in here than in here, because this is filled. The Lunchly right here is filled. Now we're gonna see if there's any differences between the two. We're gonna open up Lunchables first with the marinara sauce. And we're gonna pour some on the pizza, and then we're gonna try it. Just don't get fooled. Did I open it all the way? Yes, I did. All right. I'm just gonna pour it all in there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just pouring it all in there. I'm gonna go at it. Now it's gonna be a little weird, but we're gonna put some on my finger and we're gonna try it. All right. I mean, when you're trying just straight up marinara sauce, that's all it tastes like. I don't know what to compare it off of, other than Lunchly here. I just got a weird taste from that though. Let me go in for seconds here. It doesn't taste like hard marinara sauce, so it doesn't taste like real marinara sauce. That's another thing. It doesn't taste just straight up. It's just definitely cheap marinara sauce. Okay, we're gonna stop looking at. Let's see. Here we go. Now we're gonna rip open Lunchly. I'm gonna see if there's any difference here. It tastes a little sweeter, but I think I like it more. There's some sort of taste to the Lunchable that I can't describe that's just throwing me off to make it seem like Lunchable's marinara sauce has been definitely mass produced, where it doesn't just like taste good. There's something to it that gives it a little funk to it. Well, here in Lunchly land, it is mass manufactured. It is cheap marinara sauce, but it's not bad. It's sweeter, not like too sweet or anything. It's a little sweeter, and I think it tastes better. So marinara sauce definitely tastes better here in the Lunchly land. And we're just gonna even out the two. So I got my red dips on both, as you can see. We're gonna cover it in cheese. Well, first we're gonna spread the marinara sauce a little bit more on both, and then we're gonna put the cheese. This is exciting. I haven't done this in a long time. It all comes down to what tastes better. What overall together tastes so much better. We're gonna put the cheese on our Lunchly. I'm so looking forward to this. I promise I'm not mixing the two up either. The one that I'm assembling in Lunchable is all in the same packet. So that's how you know I'm not mixing the two. I typically put 3 slices of pepperoni on my pizza. It just, whenever I look at the two cheeses, I don't know. It's so hard to tell what is what. The pepperoni is definitely what stands out between the two. The bread, if you just eat the bread by itself, Lunchable is better, but you're not eating bread by itself. Like, why would you do that? All right, so everything's assembled now. We are going to go in for the bite here in Lunchly land. Take a big bite. Everything's there. Pretty good. It's cheap pizza, so your expectations need to be low. Now we move on to Lunchables, and we're going to compare the two. There's a difference. This might not be looking good for Lunchly. Hold on. I'm a It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I didn't think it would happen. But it seems like Lunchable is taking it. Yep. Lunchable has got the better pizza. Didn't expect that from me, did you? Because here's the thing. In the Lunchable land, right? It's not a biased opinion. I like Logan Paul. I like KSI. I like Mr. Beast. This is not biased. Because if it was, I'd be saying, oh yeah, let's go for Lunchly. Nope. Lunchable has got the better pizza. Lunchable has definitely got the better taste because, like I said, the cheese in the Lunchable, you can taste it. You can taste more of the mozzarella, while the cheese in Lunchly a little more bland. And that same goes for the breading. The Lunchable bread, I can eat that for days. The bread in Lunchables, I would not eat for days. Only because there is a little distinct difference between the two breads, in that there is a little flavor to it. Pepperoni, both taste good. If I'm eating pepperoni by itself, I would have to choose Lunchly, but because this is the case where you're making a pizza, Lunchable takes the win. Because when you're eating the bread and you're eating the cheese and the marinara sauce, it takes away that grease that I was complaining about earlier. So, in regards to just the pizza as a whole, because that's the whole point when you're buying this package, you're not eating everything separately, right? And if you were, I'd still probably choose Lunchables. But it has to be Lunchable pizza. It has to be the better pizza. We're gonna try the candy, but I already know I'm gonna like the crunch better because that's a biased opinion now, right? Because I grew up loving crunch. Crunch is a chocolate bar with a little bit of crunch to it. Can't go wrong with it. Well, we carry on to Lunchly here. It's just straight up milk chocolate. Nothing wrong with that. Again, you got a lot of saltiness going on here. Chocolate bar will help cover it. I just wish they had more variety of chocolates. Hold up. Did I lie to? No. Yes? I'm trying to figure out. There's a little crunchiness to this one. Oh! It says it's milk chocolate. Oh, no, it's milk crunch. I was reading it wrong the entire time. Hold up. I've never had it. Okay, I lied about Mr. B's chocolate here in the pizza edition. This is milk crunch. Took me by surprise. Both chocolates taste fantastic, by the way. I can't pick and choose between two. Chocolate wins all day, every day. That's good chocolate. Chocolate's even. Chocolate's fine. I was totally lied to. I didn't read the milk crunch. I just thought it was milk chocolate like the other two boxes. Mr. Beast Feastables milk crunch, very good. 10 out of 10 chocolate right there. Does it make a difference between crunch? No. Both are just good chocolates. And crunch, you have a little more rice puff crunch to it. Feastable, you get more chocolate. So if you like more chocolate, go for Feastable. If you like crunch, if you like the little pops, go for that. Anyways, we're going to try the Capri Sun, even though I've already had the fruit punch. I don't think I need to try anymore, though. I've been just eating in front of you guys. It's fruit punch. It's basic. Not my favorite. Not the worst, though, as I mentioned. Here you got cherry freeze. Not my favorite prime. I think I would definitely prefer the other two prime bottles than cherry freeze. Or at least they could have put in any other flavor with the pizza. It is what it is. Alright, so the winner of Lunchly versus Lunchables is Lunchables. They reign supreme for a reason. If you're going to buy crackers, cheese, and whatnot, don't go for Lunchables. you got to try Lunchly. At least try Lunchly, and you'll tell the difference. Everything else, though, Lunchables has by the landslide. Wow, who would have ever thought, right? So, whatever Lunchly did with the ham, cheese, and crackers, they got to do it again, but with the other two, right? They got to fix up that bread texture. And that cheese, I know it's real. It's probably more real than the Lunchable and the pizza one. But Lunchable has a flavor to their cheese that's more distinct, that actually tastes like mozzarella when you're eating mozzarella. While in Lunchly, the cheese just almost tastes a little more bland. So the guys at Lunchly, don't get distracted by your board of directors there when you're trying the comparisons. Surely they had to have tested both products, right, before they distributed it all. Surely they've tried it all. But this is just an honest opinion and an honest review, because, you know, I enjoy food. I love eating food, and it's hard to screw up food. So don't let a bunch of yes men distract you from telling you what is and is not a good product. You basically just have to follow your instinct on some of these things. Now, obviously, this stuff is not directed towards adults. I mean, adults will buy it and eat it, but this is obviously more kid-driven, and I think that's what would make a huge difference if there was a kid here comparing the two with me. I think we could get some real honest opinions, and maybe they've done that over there at the factory. Maybe they've had kids come in and try the two, but they might not be honest kids if they're getting paid or something. I don't know. Anyways, that is my honest review. I've made a whole mess. Look at this, a whole mess of just stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna probably eat the rest and enjoy myself. That is the two comparisons. If you like this video, like, comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you do on YouTube. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining into my review, and go to bed.